Taco wings, taco wings, taco wings. Taco wings and things. Taco wings, taco wings, taco wings. Taco wings and things. Taco wings, taco wings, taco wings. Taco wings and things. Come here and you will like it. If you don't want it, then don't buy it. So much options, don't fight it. Pick all you want, we don't mind it. We're all kind, we all grind. The best restaurant that will change your mind. You will love us, you will come back for more. Our food will have you running through that door. Look, taco wings and things is the best, and no time will be better than the rest. We're not shy, we spend time with our guests. I thank God, I feel like we're blessed. Look, taco wings, taco wings, taco wings. Taco wings and things.
So, last year you work around the clock to ensure that this tax season you see a return that may help you to purchase that car that you're longing for, or help you to pay down that interest rate on that mortgage. Well, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result, they call that insane. You know what else is insane? All-in-one multi-tax services. All-in-one multi-tax services help you get the most of your return, serving the 52 state nationwide. For information and direction, you can contact Marilyn Johnson at 754-204-1610. That's 754-204-1610. Or stop on by their office at 3888 West Commercial Boulevard in the city of Tamarack. All-in-one multi-tax services LLC gives you the best of your return, offering services that goes above and beyond. So don't hesitate to call Marilyn Johnson at 754-204-1610. All-in-one multi-tax services LLC. Don't forget to ask about our advanced loans.
It's insightful, it's factual, it's Flexx News and Sports Daily at 7 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. on the only station that matters, Flexx FM.
The following program contains language and scenes that some viewers might find objectionable. The following program contains language and scenes that some viewers might find objectionable. Discretion in viewing is advised.
I said I tell them already.
Taco wings, taco wings, taco wings. Taco wings and things. Taco wings, taco wings, taco wings. Taco wings and things. Taco wings, taco wings, taco wings. Taco wings and things. Come here and you will like it. If you don't want it, then don't buy it. So much options, don't fight it. Pick all you want, we don't mind it. We're all kind, we all grind. The best restaurant that will change your mind. You will love us, you will come back for more. Our food will have you running through that door. Look, Taco Wings and Things is the best, and no town will be better than us. We're not shy, we spend time with our guests. I thank God, I feel like we're blessed. Look, taco wings, taco wings, taco wings. Taco wings and things.
So, last year you worked around the clock to ensure that this tax season you see a return that may help you to purchase that car that you're longing for, or help you to pay down that interest rate on that mortgage. Well, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result, they call that insane. You know what else is insane? All-in-one multi-tax services. All-in-one multi-tax services help you get the most of your return, serving the 52 state nationwide. For information and direction, you can contact Marilyn Johnson at 754-204-1610. That's 754-204-1610. Or stop on by their office at 3888 West Commercial Boulevard in the city of Tamarack. All-in-one multi-tax services LLC gives you the best of your return, offering services that goes above and beyond. So don't hesitate to call Marilyn Johnson at 754-204-1610. All-in-one multi-tax services LLC. Don't forget to ask about our advance loans.
It's insightful, it's factual, it's Flexx News and Sports Daily at 7 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. on the only station that matters, Flexx FM.
The following program contains language and scenes that some viewers might find objectionable. Discretion in viewing is advised.
I said I tell them already, and I go tell them again. Cocotti, I go tell them again. Alright, come on. You be, bang, be, dang. You be, bang, boom, badong. You be, bang, be, dang. It's a coffee and tea time show again. Yeah, it's a coffee and tea time show. You don't know. 8 p.m. on Thursday. Every Thursday, keep your radio lock and don't move the dial, because you don't know, say. Flexx FM, Cocotti come to tell them. It's a coffee and tea time show again. Keep it locked.
Very busy day to join me. Okay, great. Now, I have something very interesting for people tonight who are, if you saw the Facebook that I sent out on my messenger, we have a program here that is going to be helping anyone who has the dreams of buying a home. So stay tuned, you don't want to miss it, especially if you have been struggling to just find that deposit. We have an excellent program and we want to be talking about that today, along with other services that we provide. So we just want to say thank you, Lord, for bringing us here today. Thank you for the partnership and the management of the Flexx FM radio online as well. And Father God, we just thank you for what our listeners will hear tonight, that it will be a blessing to them, and that anyone who is trying to get out of debt, who is trying to buy a home, who's just trying to say leave a legacy for the next generation, that tonight's show will be enlightening to them. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So John, as I was saying, we have a new program and we're going to be talking about that in a little bit. And we just want to still encourage you that if you are struggling in terms of getting your credit in order, getting your financial affairs in order, please give us a call. Of course, our company is LMC Financial Services, and what we do, we provide the help that you need, whether it be to get the negative items off of your credit. If you're looking at, say, building your credit, if you don't have any established credit at all, we show you how to get that done the correct way without you having to rack up a whole lot of credit cards. Also, if you have never set up a will, trust, and power of attorney, this is something that we also want to encourage our listeners to do. God forbid if you were to die, or not even die, but you were to say be in the hospital, you're sick, you're unable to speak for yourself. This is a tool that you can use, an instrument you can use, or your family can use to know exactly what you want. And it's good, especially if you have young children, you know, you can stipulate who will take care of your children. So I'm encouraging anyone. You might say, but I don't have anything. You may have a car, you may have even a dog. You know, who do you want to leave the dog to, right, John? You may have suits. You know, I remember when my dad died, he had a lot of clothes because, you know, we, his daughters, every time I would go into the store, I would always be buying stuff for my dad, even though we know he does. If daddy just said he wanted something, we would all go buy it, you know. So when he died, he had so much clothes. However, of course, he didn't stipulate who he wanted to get his clothes, but thank God, quite a couple of family members came by that we were able to give them basically brand new stuff. But had he said who he wanted to have gotten his stuff, then of course we would have had to honor his wishes. So this is why we encourage people. We see all the time a lot of celebrities pass on, and then we hear in the news that they did not have a will, or they didn't have a living trust or anything like that. And then of course that will has to, if they didn't have anything, then of course it falls into the hands of the government. So we want to encourage you. You might, you know, maybe a low income person, but you may have a laptop, you may have a phone. Stipulate who you want to get these things. And of course our services are not as expensive as if you were to go to an attorney to set it up. You know, you may be paying thousands of dollars, ours just a few $100, and you are able to get those services. Also, monitoring your credit. Nowadays, with all the hacking that's going on, you know, not only the hacking, but knowing what your credit looks like, knowing what's on your credit report. These are some of the things that we do in terms of helping people to have their ducks in a row, have their information in order, so that way you're trying to buy a home or you're trying to make a major purchase, even, you know, finding a job. Some jobs right now, they're even looking at your credit to know whether or not they want to employ you.
Jobs now are
Exactly.
your credit is part of your application.
Exactly. So these are some of the reasons why we encourage you to get these things in order. Young people going to college or are already in college, please help them so that they don't have to go and get credit that they don't really need, all because you're trying to establish some kind of credit. We have also a service that is called Credit My Rent. And when you use that service, you're able to add, say, a year or 2 years of credit history. I will show you how that works when you call us. But however, it allows you to establish a positive trade line. So you don't have to go buy some furniture or, you know, do anything that you know that is not what you had planned for, just to establish credit. So we want to encourage you for this year, especially if you have children. Get your house in order. Say what you need in terms of if God forbid, if you were in the hospital laid up, what do you want? Do you want blood? No blood. Do you want an organ? No organ. Do you need you want to have CPR? No CPR. So these are just some of the things that, you know, I want to encourage people for this year, especially. You know, things are changing, times are changing. There's so much happening in our society. You don't know, you know, the laws, immigration laws, especially for those of us who are immigrants. Yeah. Even though you may be a citizen, God forbid if you had committed a crime, it might come back to bite you. Well. So, exactly. So I just want to encourage anyone who is watching, or if you know someone who you believe needs, you know, to put their house in order, please get it done before it's too late. And another thing too, savings. John, do you know a lot of people work hard and they have nothing. Now, last time when I was on, and of course TC was my co-host, and we always get into the topic of giving your tithe. Now, as a Christian, it's something I will always have to say, because I understand what it means. Now, don't take my word. Go read the Bible for yourself, because there are scriptures there, whether it be Old or New Testament, that can tell you more about that. However, if you are a hardworking person I know if, especially if you are, say, very low income person, you might say, I can't save. This is what you want to do. You want to get pen and paper, know what your expenses are versus what your income is. See what you can cut back on. See what you can say. If you are probably someone who buys grocery every week or buy food on the road every week, I tell people all the time. I remember a young man asked me this a few years ago at school, and he was saying he works hard, he makes good money, but he just doesn't see his money. And one of the things I remember, John, is that every time he comes to class, he's coming in with food. And it's not like he's coming in with fast food from, the drive-through. Now, what I said to him is take your receipts, save all your receipts for the rest of the week for the food that you buy, and add it up and let's see how much you spend. He did it and he came back and he was shaking his head and he's like, that's where all my money going. So I said to him, all you gotta do, he was saying that he and his sister share a house. So I was saying to him, all you gotta do is decide who will cook this week or who will cook today or whatever. But instead of you buying food on the road every day, I'm not saying that you can't treat yourself, but what I'm saying is if you're saving towards a goal, certain times you gotta cut back on some things so that you can meet that goal. Especially if you know your income is not way up there, there are certain things that you can do yourself that you can begin to save so that you can see where your money is going and that you can save. So of course he did take my advice, and by the time we were finishing out of a couple of months later, he was able to tell me that he was able to go back and add up how much he saved, and he saved quite a bit of money. So savings is important, especially if you are planning for a rainy day, you're planning for a major purchase, if you're thinking of buying a home or buying a car or starting a business, you want to be able to do that. Also, if you're thinking of, say, buying a home, of course your family members or friends can help you in terms of giving a gift. But what I'm going to be telling people is that we have a new program, John, and this new program is actually a grant that you don't have to pay back. There's no stipulation as to how long you can live in the home or in the property. It allows you that if you want to get an investment, if you already have a primary residence and you want to get your maybe an investment property, this grant will allow you to do that. So therefore, that investment property can be bringing in income for you. So I would encourage anyone, if you want to get some more information, to give me or Coffee Barnes Opal a call. And of course, our numbers are 954-226-4112 or 954-446-4001. Now, as I was trying to let you know, is that this particular grant that we have, why it's excellent. John, we're going to be assisting people with the down payment. So, yes, that's incredible. Yeah. All right. Now, the good thing about it is you might say you have student loans, your credit is really out there. We can help you. Just give us a call. 954-226-4112 or 954-446-4001. And we're going to show you how this particular grant is going to be helping you to get into that dream home. Because John, a lot of people dream of owning their own home. That's the American dream. Especially people want that home and they want that nice car parked in your driveway. So we are going to be helping you at least with the home part for now. And as I said before, you don't have to pay it back, pay back the grant, because of course it's a grant, so it's a gift. However, you have the same requirements for a conventional or FHA home is what you have to provide those documentation. So I'm going to read those out in a minute, but we want people to know that there's always help. We're all LMC Financial Services, which is a sponsor of the Coffee and Tea Time show. This is what we do. We're always looking for services to help consumers, especially people who maybe mid or low income, to be able to achieve that dream, to be able to get out of debt, to show them how to save, to show them how to monitor that credit, especially, as I said before, young people who don't understand credit. In this society here, we're taught everything else, but we're never taught about
That's
how to
true.
really handle our
'Cause
credit.
if I was taught when I came to this country about credit, you
Yes.
know, that when you get these credit cards, you're not just
Don't max them out. It's not
out.
free money.
It's not free money. And
Exactly.
you think it is free money, but it's not.
It is
You
not
know,
free
you gotta
money,
pay
people.
back. Yeah.
Yes. So this is it. You have a credit card, and I know you hear me say it every time we come on air. If you have a credit card of, say, would it be $200 to $20,000, whatever the limit they give you, try and spend only, say, 25 to 27% of what that credit limit is. When you spend that money, say this month, you want to be paying off the balance in March or as soon as you get that invoice. If you can do that, and suppose your credit was really low, you'll be surprised how that begins. Your good payment history will begin to help to build your credit. So that is why I'm telling you, there's always a way out, especially if you're an immigrant, you've never had a credit card before. Don't go and just max it out, because it is not free money. It is money that you're gonna have to pay back. And if you don't pay it back, then this is where you're gonna start ruining your credit, and you don't want that, because somewhere down the line you might decide, okay, it's time to buy a home, or I need to buy a car, or I need to make some major purchase, buy a piece of land or something, or even renting. Exactly, John. Exactly. Yes. So even renting, they're going to be looking at all of that. So that is why I want to encourage you to make sure your credit is up to scratch. And of course, with this grant that I'm going to be telling you about, it is helpful in terms that if you even have, say, 580 credit, we can still help you. If you're a VA, we can help you. And of course, there is actually a little bit extra help for a person who is a VA. So we want you to know that there's always a way in terms of, say, getting the help that you need. And these are the services that we are trying to help you, help our consumers, help our listeners to always be able to get some kind of information from our services, through our services, that will help them to get to the next level. So with this one, let me just bring up my screen here. Now, it's a down payment assistance grant, as I said before, and this is my flyer. Don't know if you can see it. However, what I wanted to know, it's to fund your home. If you're trying to get that home for the first time, there are no income limits. You can close in, say, 30 to 45 days. There are no broker application fees. You close with zero or little out of pocket. Non-repayable grants for down payment and closing costs. So as I said before, the supportive document, I'm gonna read it out only because you may have bought a home before, so you know what the documents are. But somebody who has never bought a home, this is why I wanted to be able to say what is going to be required. So of course, you're going to be needing your 2 years tax return, your last 2 years W-2s or 1099, your most recent 1 month pay stub, your Social Security, of course. You don't need to have an award letter if you're on Social Security. If you're on long-term disability, you don't need a reward letter either. The asset documentation, your most 2 months bank statements, all of the pages, front and back, to show your name, your account number, and so on. And then of course you need your state ID, your Social Security card, your green card, or if you have a work permit, and the number of people that are in your home. And of course they want their names and the relationship that you have with that person. If you're divorced, and if you're receiving alimony, these are some of the information that they're going to be needing. So I would encourage you, you're trying to buy a home, please give us a call. We want to help you. We want to help you to establish that dream of yours for home ownership. Because if you were to add up how much you pay for the year for rent, you would have realized that that could have gone into paying your own mortgage, building wealth for yourself. Because a lot of people don't know, when you own a home, that is like you're making the first steps to begin to build wealth for yourself. And one of the things, John, I've been trying to encourage people to is to think about leaving a legacy. This is what people who are millionaires do, or people who understand money do. And you don't have to really be a multi-millionaire to do this. If growing up, our grandparents probably would leave land for our parents, who would probably pass the land on to us. So this is what you want to do. If you're just wanting to buy a piece of land, or if you're just trying to buy an extra property, or buying your first home, that can help you to get on the road to leaving a legacy for your children. And not only that, it gives you a sense of belonging. It gives you a sense of achievement. When you're in a rented property, which I tell people all the time, John, you cannot go. If you decide you wanna add a shelf over there, you can't go over there and do that. Okay? If you do that, then you still, when you're moving, you're gonna have to take it down. Make sure you patch the wall out, or else you're gonna be losing your deposit. So I want to encourage anyone, if you're paying anywhere from say $7 to $1,000, $2,000, some people probably $3,000 a month or even more, depending on your location, of course. Think about, add it up for 12 months, and you'll see how much money you're paying into someone else paying off their mortgage, and they'll probably finish paying their mortgage off in a short space of time, when you could have been on the road to doing the same thing. Yes. So I'm encouraging you, please call us, LMC Financial Services. We are the sponsor of the Coffee and Tea Time show, and Opal and myself will be more than happy to speak with you, to hear what you're trying to achieve, and see how best we can help you to move forward. Now, my number is 954-226-4112, and the Coffee Barnes is 954-446-4001. So we want you to continue to keep it locked on the Flexx FM dot online, and that's FLEXX FM .online. Tell your friends, tell your family. And also, what I should say is that we have launched in Florida, and of course we're going to be going nationwide with this grant program. So therefore, it's not just just for Floridians alone, but we're going to be going statewide. So we want to encourage you to please get your house in order this year, in terms of getting your will, trust, power of attorney, start saving. If you even save, John, $5 every time you get paid, put away $5. You'll be surprised how much you would have saved by the end of the year. All right? And as I said, just do your budget, know what your income is versus your expenses, look at what you can cut back on, and in doing that, the extra that you have, don't run off and spend that on frivolous things. Just put it aside, put it away. And especially if you are a self-employed person, do you have insurance? That's another topic we're going to be discussing in a couple of maybe another week or so. We're going to have an insurance person come over here, because what I find is, if you're not well, you're probably sick, or you're probably meeting an accident. One of the things a lot of people don't know, there's different forms of insurance. You have term, you have whole life, and some of these require you can add catastrophic as well as for your retirement. Now, I want to encourage anyone who you might feel strong and feel like you can take the world on right now, but as time goes by, you get older. You want to make sure that when you retire, you have some kind of income coming in. You want to make sure that if God forbid, if something were to happen to you, you can have that insurance to cover you. So it's just like you insure your car, you want to make sure that you have that insurance as well. So these are topics that we're going to be discussing in a couple of weeks from now, or maybe another week, so that you can have the information that you need and understand why you need it. So it's not just that you need health insurance, but you also need like life coverage, you need whole life. Because one of the things a lot of people don't know is that when you do have a whole life policy, that is something you can actually pull money from in case you have an emergency, and still leave enough that, God forbid you die, your family can still yet bury you. And also, if you have children, there's something for your children, especially young kids. So I want to encourage you, as I said before, to get your house in order. We're going to be talking about this some more. We're going to be talking about savings. If you can probably even do a second job, maybe a couple of nights a week, a couple of days a week. If you work during the week, you want to do probably a weekend shift or something. or create. You know, I remember this lady I was speaking to her, John, and she was saying that she bakes cakes and she only does it on the weekend. She doesn't have enough hands to sell because her cakes are that good. But she says she used that money to buy a building that she wanted to open as a little cafe. So yes, so she started baking from home, selling her cakes, and she was able to buy a building from that money. So come up with creative ways, people, to get out of debt, pay down your debt, pay off debt, and at the same time wanting to make a major purchase. You don't have to borrow all of that money. You can actually have your own monies that you can add as that deposit, so that way, you know, you don't be owing a whole lot of money. And we're going to be taking a break in a few minutes, but when we come back, we're going to go to the tea time segment, and we're going to be talking about relationships, especially when you have a loved one who is in jail or when they come out of jail. We want to encourage you, if you have a loved one who is in jail, who is in prison, you know, don't leave that person high and dry. Yes, they may have done something wrong, but that they're at a point in time now when they need you. Another thing, John, that I want to talk about when you come back is young people running away from home because their home is volatile, the home is not safe. So we want to encourage you to continue to watch, because we want to encourage our listeners to live well.
Taco wings, taco wings, taco wings. Taco wings and things. Taco wings, taco wings, taco wings. Taco wings and things. Taco wings, taco wings, taco wings. Taco wings and things. Come here and you will like it. If you don't want it, then don't buy it. So much options, don't fight it. Pick all you want, we don't mind it. We're all kind, we all grind. The best restaurant that will change your mind. You will love us, you will come back for more. Our food will have you running through that door. Look, taco wings and things is the best, and no time will be better than the rest. We're not shy, we spend time with our guests. I thank God, I feel like we're blessed. Look, taco wings, taco wings, taco wings. Taco wings and things.
So, last year you work around the clock to ensure that this tax season you see a return that may help you to purchase that car that you're longing for, or help you to pay down that interest rate on that mortgage. Well, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result, they call that insane! You know what else is insane? All-in-one multi-tax services. All-in-one multi-tax services help you get the most of your return, serving the 52 state nationwide. For information and direction, you can contact Marilyn Johnson at 754-204-1610. That's 754-204-1610. Or stop on by their office at 3888 West Commercial Boulevard in the city of Tamarack. All-in-one multi-tax services LLC gives you the best of your return, offering services that goes above and beyond. So don't hesitate to call Marilyn Johnson at 754-204-1610. All-in-one multi-tax services LLC. Don't forget to ask about our advance loan.
It's insightful, it's factual, it's Flexx News and Sports Daily at 7 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. on the only station that matters, Flexx FM.
The following program contains language and scenes that some viewers might find objectionable. Discretion in viewing is advised.
I said I tell them already. And I go tell them again. Cocotti, I go tell them again. Alright, come on. You bang be yung deng. You bang boom badong. You bang be deng. It's a coffee and tea time show again. Yeah, it's a coffee and tea time show. You don't know. 8 p.m. on Thursday. Every Thursday, keep it ready lock and don't move the dial because you don't know, say. Flexx FM, Coffee come to tell them. It's a coffee and tea time show again. Keep it locked.
John is a singer. John has recovered, not fully, he still has some, a little way to go. But he had a stroke a few months ago, and thank God he's alive. He still can, think and
Yeah.
walk and talk. I know a lot of people who have.
Gotta give a lot of thanks to God for
Exactly. Amen to that.
how I've recovered.
Progress. Yes,
You
yes,
know,
yes.
going on strong. So
Hmm.
my voice is not what it used to be, but it's coming along.
Yes.
I gotta keep
Thank God.
practicing and you know.
Yes. And John, one of the things that I wanted you to talk about is your music in terms of you have a couple of CDs, I know,
Yeah.
but you also do events. Can you tell our listeners a
I
little bit more?
I do weddings and special events. If you have a special event, you want to have a singer at mostly weddings, even funerals. I've done some funerals where people need specific songs to be sang from the deceased. Then they ask me to do those songs. So I do funerals, I do weddings and special events. You
Okay.
can call me at 954-465-1865.
Okay, great. And John, one of the things that we were talking about earlier is, and we're going to sort of touch on it a little bit, and that is on people who have been incarcerated. A lot of them, their family may be living out of state, or they might maybe living here, and you're angry with your loved one. And the reason why I'm touching on it, it's because, of course, I have a loved one who is in prison, and also we had a young man. We had, of course, a few weeks ago, Piston. He was with us, and this young man was in jail for, well, actually prison for a couple of years. However, what I've come to realize, a lot of times people are transitioning out of prison, and I know they do have a prison outreach system. I know there's one down here in Florida, but a lot of time people coming out of prison and they have no support, or while they are there, there's no support. No one is there to send money to help them in terms of, say, if they want to buy a pair of sneaker or get something different to eat. There's no help. So I'm encouraging you, if you have a loved one, especially, I know a lot of island people, if your kid act up and end up in jail, it's like you forget about them. You're so upset, you forget about them. I have an aunt like that. One of her kids didn't follow her rules, ended up in jail, and they forgot about him, okay? So I would want to tell anyone that help that person to be rehabilitated. I don't know if we can depend on the system to do that, but we, especially if you're saying you're a Christian, that's a ministry you can start at your church in terms of having prison ministry where you can go in to the jails or into the prison to minister to people. If they need help, they're coming out, they need a job, because certain companies won't employ you if you have a criminal record. Although, of course, was speaking to a gentleman a few months ago, and he said he does trucking, and he was in jail, but he has his own trucking business, and from having his own trucking business, he's able to employ men who are coming out of jail, John. So if you are, maybe landscaping, and I do know, John, that some people may be coming out of jail, they've been, been away because they commit a crime, but there are certain things that they don't want to do. This is what I say. You may not want to do certain kind of jobs, but just to keep yourself out of trouble, you know what I mean? Find something productive and honest to do. That way, you can still be making an income,
in the prison system now, a lot of prisons now are providing you with trying to do something like
Vocational or
trade.
something,
Yeah,
yes.
so you can find a trade. I know of people who have done plumbing, electrical work from prison, and when they
Yes.
come out, they are able to be employed because some companies will, even if you had have a criminal record, they'll still employ you
Yes,
and give you
yes,
a chance. So
yes,
there are programs out there for people who will give you a chance, even if
exactly.
you're in prison or went to prison. So
Yes.
yeah.
And what a lot of people don't know too is that I don't know if it's still happening, but I remember a few years ago, and it was a young lady I met who she had just come out of prison and she had gotten a job at a supermarket. And I remember she was telling me that the government actually pays
The employer,
employers
yes,
to
they do to
yes,
employ people
yes.
that have
So
a criminal record.
exactly. So as I say all the time, anybody can go to jail. You can go to jail for not paying your taxes. You can go to jail for beating your kid. You can go to jail for so many different
Yeah,
reasons.
yeah,
However, as I said, if you have spent time behind bars and you believe that you have made a mistake, you have turn around and you decide you want to be living a decent life, you want to be living an honest life, there's help. If you have a loved one who is behind jail and you have never visited them, never wrote them a letter, don't do that. Take the opportunity to write them a letter because that person made a mistake. And I mean, certain things are debatable, if it's a pedophile, if it's a raper, if it's a murderer, who killed a whole family. Some people are like just way out there, but you're probably, arguing with somebody and then people started throwing fists and then somebody falls or dies. And of course, you're sorry for what you did. That doesn't mean you should not be given a second chance. So the reason why I'm talking about this today is because I've come to realize I've met so many people who, as I said, they're in jail, and when we go to visit our loved ones, they're telling us that they've been in jail, say 15, 10, 15, 20 years, and they've never had a family member or a friend to come and visit them.
Okay.
They've never had anyone to come and visit them. Okay, some of them, yes, their family is out of state. However, make the sacrifice to go and visit that person so that they can at least feel as if someone
yeah,
still
somebody
cares.
care about it. Yeah.
Yes.
It's very important
Exactly.
that you visit or write or find some way to get to those people. 'Cause
Yes.
it's very bad when I've talked to people who have been alone. Nobody cares about them, and they are taken advantage of when they're in jail because
I'm
there's
sure.
nobody
Yes.
that come to visit.
Yes.
They don't have no money on their books, so people look at those people and take advantage of them because there's nobody visiting them. So
Exactly.
it's
Yes. Yes.
it's
And
very
it's it's scriptural. The word of God says, when I was sick, did you visit me? When I was in prison, did you visit me?
Yeah.
So you want to be able to reach out to people. And I would encourage anyone, if especially if you have an organization. I remember, when I was in Jamaica, I would actually, there was a social group that I would visit the women's prison with. So it's not like since I came here that I'm doing that. And for some reason, as I tell people, I've been doing prison ministry per se from I was a young kid and didn't even realize it. Because I had an older brother who would think that he should be smoking weed on the road or just doing his own thing. So of course we would have to go and take food for him, because it's not like over here where you get air conditioning and food 3 meals a day.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would encourage anyone, don't forget people, even someone who is infirmed, somebody is sick. And I know your mother is good like that, John. If she knows that there's an elderly person that is all alone,
Yeah.
she is sending food for that person. She's not gonna sit and eat with her kids and she don't, set a plate or get some food to send over there. So we have to, it's so funny that we come in this country and we forget how our grandmothers grew us, or our parents grew us to look out for someone who may have a need.
You have to spend time and look for people who are in need.
Yes.
Especially those people are behind bars. It's sometimes they are even behind bars innocently. You know,
Like my nephew. Yes.
and you just never know
Yes.
a little touch or reaching out from somebody can
Yes.
go a long way with people. So,
Exactly. Exactly. And
they
let me tell you
should.
something, John. I know America is a big country, but since I've lived here, I have met more people, male and female, coming out of jail than I can even count.
Well, in this country, there is more people in the rest of the world. There are more people in the United States that are in jail than anywhere else in the world.
And that is very
We are-
unfortunate.
we
That's
mass
unfortunate.
Incarceration
Yes.
is big business for some
It's
people.
a money making event. And that's why I tell people walk the line. Walk the line. Don't be out there doing something crazy to cause yourself. I remember this young lady I know and her husband, I don't remember what he did, but he was in jail for a couple of years. And I remember that man would talk to his kid, don't get yourself in trouble, stay on the right path. And just maybe a year before his father came out of prison, he got into a fight, punched the person fell, died. While daddy was coming out, he was going in. So anything can, as I said all the time, anything can cause you to go to jail. However, make sure if you have a loved one who is behind bars, you want to support them, you want to help them, you want to encourage them. If you're a Christian, you want to pray for them. And of course, you want to be able to know that when they come out of that situation, they have something that they can fall back on in terms of having a job or being able, if they have learned a skill, being able to utilize those skills. Okay? So, John, it's a pleasure having you. And I know I've been doing all the talking or most of the talking, but I just wanted to get that out there.
Yeah.
Because as I say, it's something that has been on my heart.
Okay.
And I've seen that a lot of people who say they're Christians, there are certain, if you came out of jail and you were to say, oh, that's where I'm coming from, they don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
It's like they're shunning you. And to me, that's wrong.
Yeah.
That is wrong. We should not judge like that
we
because
have people that come out of prison and become giving them a second chance. They have become good citizens.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
do a lot of good things.
Exactly.
So sometimes it's just a matter of giving a person a second chance.
Yes.
when
Because God gave us a second chance.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
more than one different chances.
yes. So I just want to encourage you, and I hope you're liking the set. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
And we're going to be having some more shows in terms of two things I want to be talking about in the coming, as the months go by. Helping people to live debt free, to begin to build a legacy that they can leave, and of course, achieve home ownership. In our community right now, there's a whole lot of construction, apartments going up, homes going up. And what a lot of people don't realize that when they assess, the cost of properties are gonna go up.
Yes.
Now, if you're renting, you don't know, your landlord might decide that they're gonna be upping your rent. Can you afford more rent when you could have been paying your own mortgage?
Yes.
That eventually you would have finished paying that off. And nowadays they have where you can get up to 15 years to pay your mortgage off. So it all depends. However, the point I'm trying to make is don't build wealth for someone else when you could be building wealth for yourself.
Yes.
Think about it. Start saving, cut back on the frivolous spending. You have some people, they have to eat out every day, every week, or you have to shop. You have more clothes than you have home. To me, prioritize what your needs are. You don't have to shop till you drop no more. Start saving, because if you become ill or if you become unemployed, you are gonna be wanting to know that you have your own home, because if you don't and you're in a rented place, they're quick gonna put you out.
Yeah.
And also when you're buying, think about if you're buying in an association, because that's another thing. When you buy in an association, keep in mind that you're gonna have association fee plus your mortgage plus your insurance and all of that. I know sometimes they put all of it together.
Yeah.
However, if you default or if you don't pay that homeowners association, most of the time
They'll take
the
your
association
property.
will foreclose on you much faster than the mortgage company.
Yes.
So these are things that you want to keep in mind. So I want to encourage you. The year is still young. We're in the second month, and this month is going by real quick. It's like it's a drive-by month. So let me tell you, get yourself your house in order. Get your house in order. Get your finances in order, and think about home ownership. We have an excellent grant program here that if you need down payments, help, assistance, we are more than happy to help you to get set up. As I said, my number, it's 954-226-4112, and Coffee Barnes is 954-446-4001. And we just want to encourage you to continue to watch us on the Flexx FM dot online. So it's not Flexx FM dot live anymore, it's Flexx FM dot online. And if you're trying to say get your will, trust, power of attorney, get all of those things set up, call us. Your credit in order, call us. We are going to be more than happy to help you. And if you haven't filed for your citizenship as yet, this weekend in the Lauderhill Mall, there's going to be a citizenship drive Saturday from 9 to 1, and I believe it's the same time on Sunday. So come on out. All the relevant people will be there. The lawyers will be there. People to help you to fill your documents out correctly. Make sure you don't leave your ID, your social security, your passport. I think you're going to need to bring your tax returns as well, 2 years tax returns. So make sure you bring all of those documents so that the process is easy for you. And in some cases, they actually, John, did you know, some cases they waive the cost.
Yes,
for
they
if somebody is really
yes.
low income,
Yeah.
they waive the cost. So come on out, come say hi to us, and of course, if you know anybody who hasn't gotten their citizenship as yet, in these days you want to make sure you have those things in place. All right,
Especially your citizenship.
Yes. So please
And
come on out.
It's gonna be a year for voting, so
Exactly.
being a citizen is important.
So we want to just thank Vice Mayor or Mayor Dale Holness that he hosts this citizenship drive from now until the rest of the year, and you don't want to miss it because, as I said before, if you haven't filed as yet, if you haven't gotten your citizenship as yet, I should say, sorry, please, this is an event you don't want to miss. Mayor Holness has taken the opportunity to set this event up so that people can come out and get the help that they need. And the lawyers are there, as I said, and volunteers are out there helping you to fill your documents out and be ready for swearing in to become a citizen of the United States. So thank you so much for watching. Johnny Rich, thank you.
My pleasure.
And Lady Flexx, we thank you. And what you said is going on tonight, there's an event going on if you're in the Sunrise Tamarack area at Moments.
Fashion show.
There's a fashion show. TC is already there hosting, and please go on over there and enjoy that event if you have the time and you're not working tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching. See you next week, and continue to keep it on flexfm.online. See you then.
Taco wings, taco wings, taco wings. Taco wings and things. Taco wings, taco wings, taco wings. Taco wings and things. Taco wings, taco wings, taco wings. Taco wings and things. Come here and you will like it. If you don't want it, then don't buy it. So much options, don't fight it. Pick all you want, we don't mind it. We're all kind, we all grind. The best restaurant that will change your mind. You will love us, you will come back for more. Our food will have you running through that door. Look, taco wings and things is the best, and no time will be better than the rest. We're not shy, we spend time with our guests. I thank God, I feel like we're blessed. Look, taco wings, taco wings, taco wings. Taco wings and things.
So, last year you work around the clock to ensure that this tax season you see a return that may help you to purchase that car that you're longing for, or help you to pay down that interest rate on that mortgage. Well, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result, they call that insane! You know what else is insane? All-in-one multi-tax services. All-in-one multi-tax services help you get the most of your return, serving the 52 state nationwide. For information and direction, you can contact Marilyn Johnson at 754-204-1610. That's 754-204-1610. Or stop on by their office at 3888 West Commercial Boulevard in the city of Tamarack. All-in-one multi-tax services LLC gives you the best of your return, offering services that goes above and beyond. So don't hesitate to call Marilyn Johnson at 754-204-1610. All-in-one multi-tax services LLC. Don't forget to ask about our advance loans.
It's insightful, it's factual, it's Flexx News and Sports Daily at 7 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. on the only station that matters, Flexx FM.
The following program contains language and scenes that some viewers might find objectionable. Discretion in viewing is advised.
I said I tell them already, and I go tell them again. Cocotti, I go tell them again. Alright, come on. You be, you bang, be you dang. You be, you bang, boom, badong. You be, do bang, be dang. It's a coffee and tea time show again. Yeah, it's a coffee and tea time show. You don't know. 8 p.m. on Thursday. Every Thursday, keep your radio lock and don't move the dial because you don't know, say. Flexx FM, Cocotti come to tell them. It's a coffee and tea time show again. Keep it locked.